Hi, welcome. This is a video on how to notate the Dorian scale, also known as the Dorian mode. Hopefully you'll pick up a few points to help you be confident in writing this particular scale. So with this, make sure you've got an understanding of your treble clef and bass clef notes. I'll assume that you've got this understanding. So how to notate the Dorian scale or mode. I break this down into roughly 2 steps. So let's get into those. So the first step, work out the note a tone below and write that major scale. So in order to do this, we've got to have a scale. So the scale we're going to try and create as this example is the D Dorian scale. So what is a tone below D? That's probably the thing we've got to try and work out. So to do this, I'm going to use a keyboard diagram. So here we've got the keyboard diagram, and let's identify where D is. So we've got the D note here, and to work out a tone below, we've just got to go 2 steps down, or 2 semitones down. One lands on that black key, then again we land on this white key. So a tone below is going to be C. Okay, and so let's write out the C major scale according to that instruction. There we go. We've got our C major scale, which is our step 1, which is a tone below D. Now step 2 is pretty easy as well, so let's bring that one up. Step 2 is to delete the first note and add the last note. Okay, so deleting the first note is an easy step. So let's delete the very first note over here. Done. Now we've got to add the last note. So as you're continuing your major scale notes from that original C major scale, okay, we've just got to do that. So we've got left D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and we're adding in another D at the top, continuing that particular scale. Okay, always pay attention to whatever sharps or flats that were in the original scale that we used as our basis, and you'll get that right every time. So let's try this again as a different scale. So let's reset some of these things. Okay, so this time let's change this to scale name 2. Let's do this as the C Dorian scale. Okay, so let's identify where that is on the keyboard. I'm going to use the C up the top of the diagram. Up here. Okay, and a tone below that, let's go. So 1 down will land us on the white B key. A second one down will land us on this black key here. So, is it going to be B flat or A sharp? You just got to watch out with these enharmonics. So with this one, think about what will be our second note. So we're doing this C Dorian scale. We want C to be the second note of that scale. If we're dealing with a key in A, whether it's A flat, or A sharp, we're going to be going A, B, C. C would be the third note. Okay, so that eliminates any type of scale starting with being an A key. So that brings us to the B flat option. Okay, so B flat, after B flat, we'd have C. So let's have a go at that particular scale and draw that in. There we go, we've got B flat major scale, and we've got C as our second note in this one. So this is going to work. So going on to our step 2, and that said delete the first note and add the last note. So let's have a go at that. Let's delete the first note and add in the last note. So C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat, and we're adding another C at the top. So now I've got C Dorian scale. Okay, hopefully that's been helpful, and that you've been able to work out how to do this particular scale with a couple of steps. Any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Any other suggestions for other videos or other scales you'd like me to do a video on, let me know. Finally, don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos that I've got there to do with scales.